Welcome to Keys to the Crown, presented by Crown Royal. I'm Erin Summers, joined by NFL Network fantasy football guru Marcas Grant. Great to have you back this year. How are we doing?
We're doing great. I mean, it's time to go. The lights are on, so we're through the long, hot summer, so I'm excited.
We are here to get you set for your week one rosters. There's a lot of unknowns coming into the season. Who are your locks, people you have to start in week one?
Well, I think for sure you're looking at, I love Jameis Winston this week, actually. You're sitting right there in New Orleans. I mean, against the Atlanta Falcons, I know it's a big rivalry game between the two teams, but the Falcons defense has been sort of struggling the last few years. I think Jameis can take advantage of that. But let's go back to some old favorites. I mean, Christian McCaffrey there in Carolina. He is going off the top of the board for a reason, because when he's healthy, there are very few guys that can put up the number of fantasy points that he does. He's got a very good matchup in week one against the Cleveland Browns. And so I think he's a guy you got to start. If you're looking kind of for a deep sleeper, something a little bit sneaky, I like Nico Collins, who's a young wide receiver there for the Houston Texans. This is an offense that's going to have to throw the ball a lot. They started week one with the Indianapolis Colts. Chances are the Texans will be playing from behind in the second half, meaning they've got to throw it even more. The Colts secondary was sort of shaky at times last year. So if you're playing in a deep league or you're playing maybe DFS this week, Nico Collins is a name to keep in your back pocket.
You brought up quarterback Jameis Winston. He's only rostered in 26% of the leagues right now. Who are some other players that you could steal going into week one that might still be on the waivers?
I think you look at the Giants. Wan'Dale Robinson is a wide receiver that people sort of like. There are a lot of running backs that are still out there. I think Kenneth Gainwell in Philadelphia is a name that's interesting just because the Eagles' backfield is very unsettled right now. If you're looking in Green Bay, Romeo Doubs, the rookie wide receiver out of Nevada, was getting a lot of hype in the preseason. Folks like me who spend too much time on the internet watching hype videos got really fired up about Romeo Doubs. But Aaron Rodgers has said good things about him. And if Aaron Rodgers is hyping up a wide receiver, I feel like we should all pay attention to that.
Looking at the matchup that the Saints have this week, you kind of touched on it. They will be in Atlanta, that rivalry matchup. Who are some of the players that you like to start, sit, and then maybe a sleeper in that one?
Well, I think definitely I mentioned Jameis Winston's a guy you start. You're starting a lot of your big name Saints, right? So Alvin Kamara is going to be in the lineup. Do like Chris Olave, the rookie wide receiver this year. I'd say on the Falcons side, Kyle Pitts is a must start automatically. Keep an eye on Drake London, the rookie wide receiver in Atlanta. He's a guy that I certainly like over the course of the season. Right now, it's sort of up in the air as to whether or not he's going to be available for Atlanta. But if he plays, I do think you give him a start this week. I would also keep an eye on Cardinal Patterson, who had a breakout year last year. I don't think we expect him to repeat what he did last season, but I do think he's going to get a lot of opportunity as the number one running back and a guy who can catch the football there in Atlanta.
Hopefully the Saints can keep Marcus Mariota, the quarterback there, who definitely likes to run, in check, and things will turn out pretty well for the Saints. I really appreciate the time, Marcas Grant. As always, it's great to have you, and we'll be checking in with you throughout the season for Keys to the Crown, presented by Crown Royal.